welcome everybody. I'll tell you, I'm so excited because this is for a lot of my karate friends, all levels, and this is for the new students, people who want to train with me but live across the world, live across America, or never had the time to. Also, welcome for some of my students who trained with me 40, 50 years ago who said, whoa, I need to get back in shape. I'm 65 or older, and I'm still 50 years old, so welcome back. Anyway, we're going to start real basic in the beginning, but each session I'm going to add more and more and more, but focus on what I'm saying. Everything is going to be done in a short amount, but I expect you to continue to practice each technique, not 10 times, not 20, but 40, 50, 100 times on each technique. That's if you want to be effective and good and get a great workout. With this coronavirus, we're in a very tight situation and we can't have contact, but I was teaching 5 classes a day, Mondays and Wednesdays, so I had 2 classes with 4 to 6-year-olds, and then I had a beginning kids class, then beginning advanced kids class, and then the last class, 7 to 8:30, was adults with, and that was split up between the beginning and advanced. And I constantly want to invite everybody to train with me. If I can help you, it's like a buffet. All you do is choose what you like, what you want to improve, higher level black belts. Once again, I hope I can help to polish you, because many times people become a shodan, first degree black belt, nidan, sandan, yodan, or even godan, but they go off and nobody's teaching them. They're training and teaching, but they're not improving to a higher level. Fortunate for me, I remember my first 10, 15 years, I got to train with Oshima Sensei 3 times a week. 3 times a week, let's say at least 40 weeks out of the year. That's 120 times a year for 15 years. That's 1,800 personal trainings I had with him. It was very exciting, and he's always corrected me. My shoulders were sore, my hips were sore, my legs from smashing my shoulders down too much shoulder power. But more important is, I want to teach you and what I pass on of 55 years of learning Shotokan Karate. So the next point is, it's not karate, but it's karate. And kara means empty, te means hands, and do means the way of the empty hands. And our style is called Shotokan, and that was originated, and it was a nickname of Master Funakoshi, who coined the term karate and brought it to Japan. From there, he taught at Keio Waseda University, and one of the captains of his team was Tsutomu Oshima, and Sensei Oshima was the first person to bring organized karate to America. And I started with him in 1965. I followed his concepts, his principles, his techniques 100%, and following the concepts and techniques and philosophy of Master Funakoshi. In turn, I want to continue to go deeper in who Master Funakoshi's instructors were, and who also were his other black belt students with him. So it developed into many Japanese styles. You'll see many different Japanese names of karate, but they're all similar. So today I'm just going to share in all these sessions, I want to share what I know. So the first part is once again in the kids class I did, is learn to count to 10 in Japanese, because that's all the terms I use, and the numbers. So one is ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. And it's on the terms that I printed out, and you can download that too, or just print it off Facebook, or I'll see if I can put it on YouTube. I don't even know if this is going to work out well on YouTube. It's my first time doing this kind of thing. So first is warm-ups. There's a lot of warm-ups online that you can do and follow. There's David Geberline, there's Sensei Sean Danaher from Calendar Shotokan. Great warm-ups, great techniques. There are many other sites, but guess what? They're just closed to private groups. They don't want to share. That's okay. I want everybody to learn what I know, and if I can help you improve one thing, it's better to get rid of one habit than try to develop 3 straights. Okay, so today we're just a warm-up. I'm going to show you real quick what I do. Sometimes, I warm up with jumping jacks and jumping forward and back, switch legs forward and back. And I do this for a while, side, get low, sideways, jump up, and when you train with me, even if you're a teenager or even a little bit younger and you don't want to do the kids class, you are developing techniques that are so important to many athletes. And whatever kind of sport you like to play on the side, this will improve you. I know you can't do a 5-on-5 basketball or volleyball right now, or baseball, soccer, but right now you can develop your hip time movements, your speed, eye-hand coordination, stronger leg strength, and you'll be in better shape than before this coronavirus hit. Okay, so now just real quick, I do this slow. I'm just going to do a few, and then this way. And if your neck is cracking, you know why, and turn your head slow. I'm going a little bit faster because I don't want to waste time with warm-ups, okay? Because you should know how to warm up. There's so many good warm-up sessions online, especially for karate. But I don't want to waste time with this, so it's up to you to find out and warm up before you start training with me, okay? So then, and then I go the little big motions. I go up high, and then I get wider, and I like to reach way over, but reach over, don't lean forward, and reach way right here. Loosen your arms. And notice I start from the neck, shoulders, work your way down, then reach way back, bend your knees, and reach back, and forward, and back. And then I point my feet out, lean this way, go down, and this way down. And you gotta extend your leg out farther, and get your leg out farther. And then from here, I like to turn my hips, practice turning my hips. Some people practice their blocks, punching, whatever you want to do. I lock this leg in straight. I want to practice turning that hip in, and then from here, turning your hip in, and you might want to punch, you might want to block, and when you turn this hip in, you're going to start developing, connecting your back foot with your karate techniques, and notice your golf swing, your hitting with a bat will be much stronger because you develop that hip power there. First thing I want to do is do counting, and and we said it before. It's on my list, but it's ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Now from here, as we count everything we do, you make your fists correctly like this. Curl your fingers and thumb here, and open and squeeze it in, and open, squeeze it in, and do this 10, 20 times, and you're going to develop stronger forearms for blocking your muscles, stronger for blocking and getting hit there, and squeeze it in. So that's called a good karate fist. Your striking powers here, but there's so many different techniques that your hands can become a weapon. So the first thing here is bend your knees and a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. That's a stance called shizentai. Shizentai means natural stance. I just want you to get a little bit further to shoulder width apart first, and curl your fingers in, punch forward, both hands, turn it up, drop your elbows down, scrape it slowly, slowly, so you can feel it scraping all the time and go forward. Turn it up, scrape it, and scrape it forward. And then once you got that down, turn it up and snap it back and forward. Turn it up, back, forward, and snap it in. Here, and forward. Then pull one hand back, and then you punch, pull this hand back, and punch. And then to get it correctly done now, when you punch, turn this hand up. As you pull this back, this is going forward at the same time, and punch. The side view would look like this. And your elbows pass right here. Tight little finger. And this view. And it should check right here. Elbows down and here. From here, when we punch, get your feet 2 shoulder width apart. Bend your knees outward, feet straight, bend your knees outward. This is called kibarachi. This is a horse riding stance, like you're riding on a horse. But you want to stay low, and when you pull back very strong, as if you're going to elbow somebody behind you as you punch, and breathe from here. Every time, don't go. Exhale, relax your shoulders, tight little finger, and concentrate on your cooling hand also from here. Okay, and if you want from your abdomen, you ki. Is a yell scream. Ki means yell or scream. So you don't say the word ki. That's embarrassing when I hear karate school say ki, ki. It's like saying scream, scream. So from here, I just say the word hai. Hands ready. I go ichi hai, ni hai, san hai, shi hai, go hai, roku hai, shichi hai, hachi hai, ku hai, ju hai. Means to stop. Right away, we're going to jump right into this. You have your hands here for beginners, and just step forward and punch. Forward on your knee, deep, come back. Then the other side, and deep, and come back. So from here, hey, 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 hey. And you may want to stop your video and do another 20. Now you have to do to the side. Your hips drop down and go in, and you look first. Exhale. And back. And soon, from here, hey! Hey! Now, more advanced students and black belt, you have to do it from next. You tight little finger, everything's relaxed, and it comes forward. Don't just cock it back and jump in. It has to, your hips, your foot, your breathing, your ki has to end all at the same time with your punch. If you delay your punch after you step in, you're just using your shoulder power and your fist. You're not using your hip and body power. As you come in, and we're going to work on it, I'll explain a front stance in just a moment, but for advanced students, we call it EI, or getting in when you punch. But from here, my hip is starting to go as I bring this hand up. I'm not doing this. As I come in, it just goes, and you come with your hips. Okay, and before we do this or go any further, for the advanced students, Oshima Sensei said this to me over and over, thousands of times. I have it in my notes, box of notes, is your mind goes first where you're going, the direction. Second, your breathing, your mind and breathing. So include your eyes. Your hips, next. Your hips go in whatever direction you go, but it must connect to your standing foot. Your back leg is your standing foot. So if you don't have your mind going first, you don't have your breathing going, and your hips before your technique, then that's to me a very, for black belts, that's a very low level. So from here, I just come in, totally relax. Hey! Hey! And your hips would come in, hey! Right away. Hips go in, right away. Hey! Doesn't matter the direction you go in. Your hips have to go in, and you have to be forward. Okay, so that's punching, and we haven't done the stepping yet, but I want to show you what your front stance should look like. When you step even to the side or forward, if I'm stepping forward, my back toe should be forward, not sideways or that way. Then you lose all connection. You just use your shoulder power, and you can't move to a new direction. Second, if you go to the side, we fall in and just breathe and point, and that's a good exercise too. 20 of those, 10 each way, just breathe and point. So you're falling in with your hips. Mind, breathing, my breathing goes through here. But for the advanced students, EQs, high-level brown belts, black belts, as you go in, as you step in, this hip has that go in here, and notice the angle. Oh, excuse me. That's been repaired 10 times, and this is I've had 4 black belts. I just grabbed one. So it's just never been washed, but just worn out. So from here, my breathing goes there. My mind goes there first, always. When people do this in practice, like Kendo Kata, what happens is you think of the technique. You know, okay, I'm a stepping punch. You're not thinking, my opponent's there, my mind and breathing's there. You're thinking just your hand technique and your hip. You have to develop it where your breathing and mind goes first. As your hip comes in, turn it and drive in. Now, you're going to see people do punches, and when we do the front stand, they go like this. Hey! 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 And their stance is here. What happens here is this is not, you can react, you can block, you can hit somebody, it could hurt, but you're not going to really do much damage. You have to penetrate through your opponent. It's like you swing a golf club back here, or you go all the way through. You're going through your opponent on your blocks, punches, kicks, whatever. Second, people don't realize this. I've seen people who've been practicing with me for 25 years at other dojos and all over the world, and sure enough, they still have a high stance, and that looks good, but guess what? They got a flabby bottom. And I look at other karate schools, I call it the flabby bottom karate school. Because when you're here, you think you're in a front stance, oh, I'm connected back foot. But guess what? You haven't penetrated deep. Instead of punching your opponent here, he moves back a little bit, or you haven't punched through your opponent. Second, when you lunge in, if you look at good trainers and good exercise and yoga people, when they do is when they stretch in deep and breathe in deep, this is connected to your technique. Hips at an angle like this, but when you drive it in, it tightens up your gluteus maximus, your hamstrings here, and you will have a very tight butt, and your legs will be much stronger. But you wasted 10, 15, 20, 25 years doing a high stance, not my students. You get in deep, and guess what? You have a very strong gluteus maximus. So, this is not the flabby butt karate school. If you belong to one, just get deeper and stay with them. But you'll have a stronger hip connection getting in. Second, when you punch, you don't want to be square like this. You want to come in deep with your hips in an angle called hami, half hips, connected to your pulling head, back foot. And that's called your front stance. Every time, my goal